What is up, folks? Justin Khanna here, and this is Chrome's brand new chef's knife roll that they designed with the help of Chef Chris Costantino. Now, they're calling this the most badass knife bag out there, bar none. I'm gonna leave the skateboarding and tattoos to Chef Chris. That's definitely more his style. What I wanna know is, how does this work as a daily carry? So I reached out to Chrome and asked if they wanna work together, and this is my review of their new bag. Stay tuned till the end, because they're gonna give one away. So starting off with the materials, the first really nice bag that I got for myself that wasn't even a knife roll was actually a Chrome Citizen bag back in 2011, so I'm super familiar with their materials. All their products are made in America. Chrome stuff also has a lifetime guarantee on all of their bags that's free from any defects in workmanship or materials. So I definitely can't complain there. This roll has their abrasion resistant 1050D nylon on the outside, so that means it's gonna resist that pilling, you know, that effect you'll get sometimes after this rubs up against things for a long time. It gets a little bunnies on it. Plus, it's gonna be able to handle you chucking it under countertops and bumping up against metal benches without really flinching. It just has that nice mix of being sturdy and stiff without being floppy. That being said, it's not really gonna develop the character on the outside that a leather knife roll might, but it's gonna look like this for a long time, so it depends on what you're into. Standard Trident clips here on the outside. You can cinch or loosen these depending on how full you have your bag. This is definitely loaded up for this review. Also on the outside is a little preview of that military grade tarpaulin that does line the inside, but more on that in a second. The last point on the outside of the bag is actually the way that you carry it. Huge props for the offset handle maneuver here. It is meant to make sure that when your blades try to tip the bag in this direction, having the point of contact here is going to balance everything out so you aren't carrying your gear around like this. Based on my gripes from the last knife bag that I reviewed here on the channel, a handle is definitely welcome. I would have liked to see a strap in some regard, whether it's taking inspiration from their cadet line of bags or if it's like a messenger style strap that you can remove. Don't get me wrong, I totally understand the briefcase style design, but it's just so obvious that it's a knife roll, you feel me? Like, I know what it feels like to ride the subway to work every day in New York City, and it's just really awkward when everyone can tell that you're carrying around a bag of sharp tools. I know a lot of photographers and videographers feel the same way about camera bags. It's like slapping a giant sticker on your back that says, I'm carrying around thousands of dollars worth of gear. I prefer to keep things a little bit more subtle. Plus, carrying this around, you can't really be hands-free anymore. One hand is always occupied. It's kind of strange not to see a shoulder carry option. Even in the video that they made with Chris Costantino for this bag, he's wearing a backpack. Just saying. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe it's made to be used in conjunction with a backpack. One more quick thing before we open this up. This bag is large. Here is a little side-by-side comparison with the Boldrick roll and the Hadley & Bennett Mies bag just for reference. Clipping it open, we've got this really solid trifold design. It really is a beautiful way to do it because it keeps things flat while still taking inspiration from the traditional roll. Right off the bat, you've got these snap closures sealing up the 4 utility pockets. What do I have in those? Gnocchi paddle, because you never gnocchi when you might need one. Bench scraper, Chris keeps this in his bag as well. Tiny notebook, this one's by Moleskine. It's probably kept in mind when they designed these pouches. Roll of masking tape. The kitchen you work in probably has one of these kicking around, but I do a lot of my events by myself, so I take this with me just to make sure everything's labeled. Peeler. Again, it's just the perfect height. It just fits in really nicely. A non-mechanical can opener. These are really nice because they're small enough so that they don't take up a bunch of room in your bag. Plus, because the mechanism is literally just a blade and then your hand, it's way less likely to break. Keep a cork on mine just so it doesn't stab through anything. Last up in the utility pouch, just a cake tester. I like the idea of having these snap close, but it's almost inconveniently secure. I would have liked to see magnets or maybe just 2 snap closures. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice to have individual utility pockets for organization, but I'm just really OCD about having them all be snap closed. And to me, it's just been really annoying that I have to kind of undo 2 of them just to get to 1 pocket. Does that make sense? Next to that, there are these handy dandy slots to keep Sharpies, wine keys, tiny knives, pens, chapstick, whatever you want to keep in here. I've got just a standard ballpoint pen, pair of offset tweezers as well. I've also got one of these in there, a Sharpie Extreme Edition. It's not really that they work better than a traditional Sharpie, it's just that most people aren't gonna go out and buy these so that you know that these are your Sharpies. That's why I like keeping these. Cool part about these slots is that you can access them without having to zip the bag all the way open. It's They're decently secure. I haven't had anything fall out in the couple weeks that I've been using this bag. I just really like this feature because there's nothing worse than noticing that you forgot to label something and you have to unroll your entire bag just to get your Sharpie out. There's also a business card slot on the panel here. These are really valuable for me to have because I am giving them out constantly. Where this could come in handy though is if you are in a position where you're getting business cards, whether it's new clients or purveyors showing up at the back door, it's nice to be able to stash them in one place and then come back to them later. There's also a little bit of chrome branding and then this quote from Chris Costantino here. The goal is to make people comfortable, to make people familiar with the unfamiliar. Big reveal, again, the main compartment. It's got these snap closures on the bottom and then zippers, a move that I've personally never seen before. Pretty cool. Just adds another layer of security. Again, the idea being that these zippers make sure that nothing falls out from the main compartment. Chrome does say that this bag can hold up to 11 knives. 17 inches is the maximum length. I've got my Masamoto 10.5 inch Tsujihiki here with a simple cover on it. This is the longest knife I have and it fits in the bag, so check that box. What else do I have in here? A Suisun Inox Gyotu, just really simple. It's really, really light. I love this line of knives. I've got it in a custom Town Cutler scabbard. It's from a long time ago. I've covered this before. This is my Togiharu dimpled slicer. My friend Patrick tricked out this saya for me. Pretty dope. The standard Mac bread knife. This one's really good because the blade is like scalloped instead of pointed, so it's theoretically gonna stay sharper longer after some abuse up against a cutting board. The Kuhn Rikon whisker dude. I'm not sure there's a technical name for this. It's just really nice to getting to the bottom of saucepans and starting emulsions off. This is really nice. A short mat fur. Sometimes the length of these can get really, really long. I like this because it fits right into a bain-marie and it does all the functions of a wooden spoon while being plastic, so you don't have to worry about any wood splinters in your food. I got this in Japan. This is like a tiny spider with really, really fine mesh. It's great for frying chips or anything small like tempura, plus it works really clutch as a strainer as you're finishing sauces just at the last moment. Black on black MAC ceramic honing rod. I don't think I've shown you guys these. These are really, really beautiful dark brown wood with the kind of white accents. They're shorter than the ones that I got from Isaiah Schrader, so I'm a little bit more comfortable using these. Standard microplane. Some of you did say that this was your most underrated kitchen utensil, and I agree. It really sucks when you don't have one and you're used to using one. Ninox petty knife. I've had this one forever. I really like the thin profile of it. Town Cutler scabbard on that as well. I really wanted to load this bag up with some specialty knives, so I did include another Ninox Honesuki knife, just in case I have some butchering to do. The weight on this knife is just really nice. Spoons. I was able to fit 5 of them in here. I included an iced tea spoon. These are really, really great. I really like this spoon. The bowl is really big in relation to the handle, and that handle has a nice curve, so it fits just right on your finger. Beautiful little demi-tasse spoon. I actually found this in my parents' old stuff. It has that similar handle design where it just fits nice on your finger, and it's really long like an iced tea spoon. Last up, for any actual cooking or big plating projects, I just have a standard large serving spoon. That reminds me, remember that military grade tarpaulin I said I was gonna talk more about? That lines the inside of this bag. The Navy SEALs use that material in their Zodiacs, so it is cut resistant. Please don't take that as an invitation to store your knives in this bag without a cover on them. It's definitely just supposed to help with durability. That tarpaulin is surprisingly grippy. It is a really premium experience sliding your knives in and out of this bag. It's nothing like the canvas or nylon rolls that I've used in the past. It also apparently cleans down really easily with just a wet rag. I can see that coming in really clutch if this lady did this move right next to your open knife roll. In all seriousness though, I'm really picky about making sure that all my tools are really clean and dry before I put them back in my knife roll. There's nothing like starting a new day with a dirty spatula. Ugh. So who is this bag for, and do I recommend it? I definitely think this is a great first or second knife bag. Say you're in culinary school and you don't want to use the one that your school gave you, or it's your first line cook job and you're finally starting to invest in better tools, you're getting nicer stuff. You can grow into this bag. It keeps everything safe and secure. There's no awkward organization, and the price point, I haven't mentioned that yet, 125 bucks. It's dope, right? I know you folks were looking for a bag that 1, held more stuff, and 2, was at a more affordable price point, so this bag definitely checks both of those boxes. Plus, you know I'm gonna hook it up for you folks. There's a discount code in the description that you guys can use to save a little bit of cash on this bag. You're welcome. Plus, at that price point, Chrome offers free shipping, so it's a win-win-win. Speaking of Chrome, props to those guys for partnering with Chef Chris Costantino. He's got a lot of years in the business, and it's just really cool to see them making a niche bag for him and his love of the bike. I've been a fan of Chrome stuff for a long time, so I was pumped to see that they were coming out with a product like this, and I'm really grateful I could get my hands on it. Hopefully this video gave you folks some insight if you've been on the fence with it. If you have any more questions about this bag, leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer those for you. But back to hooking it up for you folks. If you want to win this bag, get some nice color on that like button. Make sure you're subscribed here to the channel and comment down below how long it takes you to get to work. I'm at like an 18-ish minute walk right now. I'm super happy I don't have to get in a car to go to where I need to go. It is way too cold and wet here in Seattle to be biking up and down the hills, so I'm staying away from that for the time being. It's definitely gonna be faster once I can bike again. But I take that time and normally listen to like an audiobook or someone else's podcast, and I actually really look forward to that time every single day. It's like my zen moment. But I'd love to know about what it's like for you folks, so let me know in the comments. Once this video hits 200 likes, I will randomly pick someone that commented, and then I'll reach out to Chrome, give them a heads up, and they'll send you your new bag. Keep crushing it out there. My name's Justin Khanna. Have a good one.